Hi, this is a GX470 from 2003 and I'm gonna show you what I'm doing to fix my floppy shifter and a shifter that can't hold the gear in place. And while I'm doing that, I'm also gonna show you another common problem that has to do with a bushing that holds the transmission cable in place. So I already started doing some of this work, but I wanted to show you because most videos only repair one or the other, but in this one I'm going to show you what I'm doing to repair both. So I already took apart the cover, and there's a few videos on how to do that, but essentially you have to take the trim apart and then you can actually start popping up the cover, which is right there. So this is a shifter box, and a common problem is that this particular shifter is very floppy. It doesn't actually stay in place, like it moves around. So in order to fix that, you have to remove this cover. I already removed it, but I wanted to show you that there is I used a screwdriver, a flat screwdriver, to remove that star washer that's holding the pin in place. So I had loosened it up before, so now I can take it with my hands. But basically, that you take that away, and then this pin, no, I can push it from here. There we go. This pin comes off, and by removing this pin, it allows you to take the cover off. And you may struggle because there's a little clip there. So anyways, this comes off, and as you can see, there's already a track that follows the shifter around, and that track, there's supposed to be a pin in this hole right here, and I'm missing it. So I ordered some pins to put in there, and there was a spring in there. So I'm changing the size of the spring and the size of the pin. So once I put that in place, hopefully it removes, well, what I've seen on the videos is that it fixes the floppiness, and it allows you to shift into, let's say, L, and it holds it in place. Right now, when I shift into L, it automatically pops back into second. And when I'm off-roading and in the trails, I have to hold the shifter in place with one hand while I'm steering with the other hand. And sometimes that's not really comfortable to do when you're in the trails and going up a hill. So I will, when the parts come in, I will then replace that pin and that spring. And then a second thing that's wrong, you see this particular cable here, this one, it's being held into a pin or screw, oops, by a plastic bushing. Well, that plastic bushing is actually starting to disintegrate now, and I also ordered that. Let me see if I can start taking it apart. There we go. Ooh. And as you can see, the bushing that's holding it in place is falling apart. It's already cracked and disintegrating. And that one is a more serious problem. If that one fails on you while you're in the road, and this cable comes off like it did, then your shifter won't shift anything into gear, and so you're stuck in whatever gear the cable left the transmission in. So when that bushing comes in, I'll show you how to replace it as well, in which direction it goes in. So essentially, this repair is going to repair two things in the shifter box that cost probably around $50 to fix, whereas the whole shifter assembly is gonna run you maybe between $250 to $300 for a new shifter box new. Or if you buy one used, it may still have the same problems. You never know, because that pin comes off fairly easy, and that bushing over time, especially this one is a 2003, so it's already 20 years old. That bushing disintegrates because it's been holding that cable in place for all those years. Anyways, I wanted to show you how to repair those two things in one video, because most videos only fix one or fix the other. Alright, so when the parts come in, I will continue the video of the repair. Alright, well, the parts came in. This part right here is the purple bushing that replaces the black bushing that's in that transmission line loop. So we're gonna replace that one first. And now this little bushing, it was $30. I couldn't believe it's so expensive. Anyways, $30 for this little plastic bushing. And I think it comes with a little black device to push it in, so we'll figure that out. So I'll clean that up and put the bushing in and see if that fixes the that cable. And then the pin that I ordered came in. Oh, put it in a place where it doesn't fall. Okay, so this is the pin that I ordered on Amazon, and this is the original spring that was in there, but I ordered a much smaller one there. So I am going to attempt to repair that as well. I don't know if it's gonna work, so we'll find out. So let's see. I'm afraid that if I need to get a wire in case the spring is too small and the pin doesn't work. I need to be able to take the spring out from that hole. So let me go get a wire so that I can actually hold it in place and I'm able to pull it back out if something goes wrong. Alright, I'll be right back. Okay, let's see if I can put the camera here. Hold it in place. Okay, so I'm gonna drop the spring into that hole, and I'm gonna take the pin and put it in there as well. Let's see how far deep it goes. Okay, that looks like it's set. And then for this thing, I'm gonna take the disintegrating. Oh. Well, they went to the bottom over there. I'm gonna see if I can get them later to clean them out. And then here's the bushing. Here's the bushing, and you can see the little openings on the bushing are gonna go into the loop. Like that. And then we're going to put it in into that. And I sign a video that I have to push it past the groove so that it actually stays in place. Oh, I need to use that. If I can use this to push it in place, no? Okay, that's being held in place. All right, now that the pin is in place and the bushing is in place, I'm gonna cover it. I don't know if that's supposed to go in more or not. I think that's good enough right there. I'm gonna put the cover on and see if, well, yeah, the cover needs to go on. Oh, I have to. All right, well, I'm gonna put the cover on and see if the floppiness goes away. I just can't do it with one hand, and I can't put the camera anywhere where it can stay in place. So let's see. Okay, let's see if we can put this cover on. I'm gonna have to take this clip off. Yes? Okay, I'll be right there. There we go. We put this back in place. And then let's see. Oops. No. Well, I can't shift it because the car's turned off, so I'm gonna have to wait. Okay, I put the cover back on and I put the shifter knob back in place, and it looks like it's working now. So let me show you. It's in park here, and let's go to drive, and you can see it's in drive up there. So before, when I used to put it in second and first, it would do this, you know, it wouldn't stay in place. But now I'll make it go to second, and then I move it over to the right, and now it stays in L, and I don't have to hold it. So that is the fix with the pin and the spring. I am able to now stay in L without me holding to the shifter. And if I want to get out of L, I have to pop it by hand now. See, it's in second. So that fix right there is what I was missing all this time with that pin not being there. And let me put it back in park, and you can see the purple bushing in there, and that's holding that cable. So hopefully that will last me another 20 years. All right, so this repair is done. I just have to put everything back together and post the video online. All right, hopefully this helps somebody that has this problem.